In this video, we're going to talk about how to negotiate the purchase of a new vehicle from a dealership. I've got a lot of great tips and how to get the best deal you possibly can when buying a new car. So let's get into it. When buying a vehicle from a dealer, we're going to break down this transaction into three separate transactions. One, the price on the vehicle you want to buy. Secondly, the value they're going to give you on a trade in if you have one. And the third negotiation is on the financing. And we'll go through each of these in detail. First, on the vehicle sales price. Before you go to the dealer, you're going to know what car you want to buy. You're going to know what trim level of the car you want to buy and what options you want. If you go in saying, hey, I'm looking for a car, I'm not sure what I want, the salesperson loves that because they're going to start upselling you, selling you a vehicle that's more expensive than you can afford, convincing you to get some add-ons that you don't need. Keep in mind, the dealer wants to sell you on a monthly payment. That's the worst way to buy a new vehicle, is based on the monthly payment. Why? Because the monthly payment hides the actual cost that they're going to sell you the car for. It hides the interest rate of the financing, and it hides the value they're going to give you on the trade-in. So even though you may come in and the dealer says, I can get you in this car for $399 a month, that monthly payment may sound good to you, but you really have no idea what's behind that monthly payment. And you probably could negotiate a better monthly payment than that. But you're not negotiating on a monthly payment. You're negotiating on the price of the vehicle, the value you're going to get on your trade-in, and the interest rate on your financing. The first thing to think about is your timing, when to drive to the dealership. You may want to drive to a dealership to just check out vehicles, do some test drive, and knowing you're not going to purchase. A dealer never likes someone to leave their lot. So they're going to sell you hard if you go there just to do a test drive. But go ahead and do that. Just be confident. Be sure that you're not going to buy that day. The day you're going to buy, plan on spending at least 2 or 3 hours at the dealership. It's a long process. The dealer uses time and your lack of time to their advantage. So be prepared to sit at the dealership for 2 to 3, maybe even 4 hours. Clear your schedule and just plan on spending the time there. Now, the day you go to the dealer, timing is everything. If you can wait till the end of the year, that's probably the best time to purchase a vehicle from a dealership, because all dealers are trying to make their numbers. They're trying to prop up their sales for that calendar year. So December is always a great time. Middle to end December, the holiday break, when you're off work, the end of December to the beginning of January is a great time. If you can't wait until the end of the year, wait till the end of the month. Go on the 29th, go on the 30th, go on the 31st of the month. Dealers are all on a calendar basis, and they're trying to make numbers for that month. And the sales rep gets commission on selling you a vehicle, and that sales rep is probably on a monthly commission basis, and they want to sell a car at the end of the month. So they're more willing to negotiate lower to get a sale at the end of the month than to let you walk and come back the first of the next month. If you can't wait till the end of the month, wait till the end of the day. Again, the dealer doesn't want you to leave their lot without a sale. So if it's getting to the end of the day, 8, 9 o'clock when the dealer's closing, they want to go home. They want to close the sale today. If you leave, you may not come back tomorrow, and they know that. So they're going to negotiate harder at the end of the day. Or you wait for the big dealer sale. A lot of dealers have the Labor Day sale, the Memorial Day sale, the New Year's Day sale. Dealers always like to rack up sales numbers on these big sale days. So do some research on the dealer you're going to buy at and find out when their big annual sales are. Okay, we've successfully negotiated the price of our new vehicle. Now we can go on to the second negotiation, which is the trade-in value of the vehicle we're going to trade into the dealership. I have another video on should I sell my car retail or should I trade my vehicle that I currently own with the dealer that you may want to watch as well as this video. So with the trade-in, know ahead of time what the value of your vehicle is. There's multiple websites like NADA.com and KBB.com, KelleyBlueBook.com, that can provide you accurate valuations on what your car is worth for at trade at any dealership. Have your service records available. This is going to help you get a higher value for your trade-in. So if you've replaced the tires recently, if you've replaced the timing belt, if you've saved all the receipts for all your oil changes, this proves that you've taken really good care of your vehicle, and you can't let the dealer say, hey, I'd love to give you a higher value, but I think, you haven't kept up the maintenance on this vehicle. And because of that, we have a lot of repairs we need to make, and we're going to give you a lower value. You'll say, no, I have kept up the maintenance on my vehicle, and you'll show them all the receipts and the records of all the maintenance you've had on your vehicle since you've owned the car. Also, make sure your vehicle is in good mechanical condition. If you have a check engine light on, that's going to hurt you getting a good price for your car. Keep in mind, a dealership cannot sell a vehicle to the public with a check engine light on, which means the dealer is going to have to do mechanical work to get your vehicle ready to sell on their lot. Now, you can sell a car retail to an individual person with a check engine light on. That might help hurt you as well, negotiating the price of a vehicle when you sell it to a private party. But at a dealership, it's really going to hurt. So make sure you know your car's value. You have all your vehicle service historical records you can show the dealer. And third, make sure you have no check engine lights on. Now, your last step in negotiating a new car purchase is the financing. Don't take this step for granted. Financing really increases the cost of your car. If you're financing your car for over a long period of time, 60 months or longer, you're going to be paying 50% more than the actual cost of you buying the car, because the interest associated with your loan is going to increase the total cost of your car over time. So negotiating the financing is going to be very, very important. So you need some information before you go to the dealership. First is know what car loan interest rates or APRs are. That's fairly easy to find out. There's a lot of websites that will list what current vehicle APRs are, or call your local bank, get quotes from your local bank. Write them down and make sure you get rates on used cars and new cars. New car rates are generally lower than used car rates. So depending on what kind of car you're going to buy, you need to get a decent interest rate. Secondly, know what your credit score is. If you have a moderately poor credit score, the dealer is going to use that to their advantage to try to sell you a much higher interest rate. They're going to claim because of your poor credit, you're going to be forced to pay this much higher interest rate. The dealer makes money the higher the interest rate they sell you on. They make more money the higher the interest rate they sell to you. Your goal is to get the lowest interest rate you possibly can. So if today's interest rates for vehicles are 6% and the dealer starts at 9%, forget about it. That's way too high of an interest rate when the prevailing rates are 6%. If you do have poor credit, know you're going to be paying higher interest rates. But if you have good credit or excellent credit, know that ahead of time so the dealer can't claim that you have poor credit and that's why he's selling you a higher interest rate. Thirdly, down payments and shorter monthly terms lowers the interest rate. So if you're putting 10 to 20% down, that should help you get a lower interest rate. Banks like to see down payments. Now, you don't need to put anything down to finance a vehicle, but my third video in this series talks about how best to finance a vehicle, and I'd recommend you watch that because I always recommend putting down payments. A 36-month auto loan has a lower interest rate than a 72-month auto loan because it's less risk for the bank. So if you can afford a shorter payment and putting more down payment, you're going to find yourself with a better interest rate. Fourth, there's always room to negotiate with the dealer. Whatever the dealer starts out with, unless it's 0% or 0.9%, which is some special the financing company the dealer works with is offering. If it's anything other than a 0% or a 1.9% or a 0.9%, there's always room to negotiate a lower interest rate. If the dealer starts at 9% and you know the prevailing rates are 6%, you got to get the dealer down. You got to negotiate. Keep in mind, you can finance a car at a local bank. So if you have to walk and then talk to your bank and get financing somewhere else and come back the next day with financing in hand from a local bank, you could do that. But remember, the dealer never wants you to leave the lot. So more than likely, if you threaten to walk away, the dealer is going to drop the interest rate because the dealer doesn't want to lose a car sale just because you don't like the interest rate they're offering. I hope you enjoyed this video. In summary, remember, it's a three-part negotiation. You're going to first negotiate the price of the vehicle that you want to buy. Second, you're going to negotiate the value of the trade-in you're going to sell to the dealer. And thirdly, you're going to negotiate the interest rate on the financing you want to get from the dealership. I've got 2 other videos in this series that will help you decide how best to finance a vehicle and how best to make a decision if I'm going to trade in a vehicle or sell my vehicle retail. So look at my other content in this series of auto financing. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.